Week 9 of the fantasy baseball season, and here's a few pitchers I look to sell and trade this week. The first guy, Marcus Stroman of the Chicago Cubs. So right now, Stroman, he's pitching great, especially over the last two ball games here for Stroman. And one of the best pitchers in fantasy baseball over the last few weeks on the season. 73 innings, 5-4 record, 62 strikeouts, 2.59 ERA, and 0.99 whip, and 10 quality starts on the season. But the last 2 weeks here, 23 innings, 3-0 record, 15 Ks, a 1.17 ERA, and 0.57 whip, and 3 quality starts. So Stroman coming off a one-hitter complete game shutout in his last outings versus the Tampa Bay Rays on May 29th. And the last 3 outings have really been great for Stroman. But we know throughout his career, he's a guy where he could flip quickly and he could get erratic. He could start having a lot of walks, is Stroman, and that's where he gets in trouble. And also, the Chicago Cub team is the middle of the pack type of team where some nights they're not going to always get him run support. But right now, while he's pitching at top of his game here, is Marcus Stroman. He's a guy would sell high. I'm not just going to dump him off for anything, but if you could get an elite hitter in the deal for him, I think you definitely could do that. May 19th at the Phillies, 6 innings, got the win, 3 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 4 Ks, a quality start. May 24th versus former team, the New York Mets. He really wanted to stick it to him, and he did in that ball game. 8 innings, got the win, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks, a quality start. And May 29th versus the Tampa Bay Rays, a monster ball game, 9-inning complete game shutout, 1 hitter in that one with 1 walk, 8 Ks in that game. So right now, Stroman, one of the best stretches of his major league career here for him. And we know we don't pitch in a great division as well in the NL Central, where there's not many great hitting teams. Well, right now I think he's pitching over his head. The first few starts of the season, he was the middle of the pack type of pitcher with Stroman, with a couple decent and mediocre games, and then a couple games where he got rocked as well. So right now, Stroman, he's atop of the ranking board in the last 2 weeks, all pitchers. And right now, while his value sky high and peak value, this is a perfect time to sell him this week. The next guy's Lance Lynn of the Chicago White Sox. I said a few weeks ago to buy Lynn low, but now he's really pitching over his head. You just can't get an in-between type of season for Lance Lynn. It's either he's going to get bombed or it's either he's going to be lights out. And right now, the last 3 outings have been lights out for Lynn on the season. 63 1/3, 4-5 record, 72 Ks, a 5.83 ERA, 1.45 whip, and 4 quality starts. So right now, Lance Lynn, his numbers are still overall not looking good at all, almost hitting a 6 ERA on the season. But the last 2 weeks, 19 innings, 3-0 record, 18 Ks, a 1.89 ERA, a 1.11 whip, and 3 quality starts. So maybe it was the pitch clock he had to adjust to and get used to his Lance Lynn. You never know. But I just don't think he's going to be pitching at this elite level as well, Lance Lynn. And right now, while he turned things around quickly over the last few weeks, he's definitely a pitcher I look to sell high this week because I don't see it keeping up. The last few matchups, he's had favorable matchups versus pretty much all weak hitting teams in the Guardians, Royals, and Detroit. And I know, obviously, those teams are in his division, and he's going to see them more frequent than other teams. But right now, his next outing's a pretty tough one here today versus the Los Angeles Angels. So the last few outings for Lynn, May 16th versus the Guardians, 7 innings, got the win in that one, 7 hits, a run, no walks, 7 Ks, a quality start. May 21st versus the Royals, 6 innings, got the win, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks, a quality start. May 26th at the Tigers, 6 innings, got the win, 3 hits, a run, 5 walks, 5 Ks, a quality start. So right now, Lance Lynn, his control has been better. Even though the last game he did walk 5 guys, but easy matchups he's definitely taken advantage of. And if I'm a fantasy owner, I will look to sell him high because the schedule gets tough once again here for Lance Lynn. He definitely could be a problem for fantasy owners and revert back to like he was doing the first month of the season. So right now, while he's pitching great baseball the last few weeks, is Lynn. He's a sell-high candidate. This week, next guy's Andrew Heaney of the Texas Rangers. So Heaney, it's been a weird career for him. It seems like he'll have a great year, and then the next year, he'll be one of the worst pitchers in the league. But so far this season, he's been solid for this Texas Ranger team. And this Ranger team really could play baseball this year, and they're right now one of the best teams in the league on the year. 55 innings, 4-3 record, 55 Ks, a 3.76 ERA, 1.15 whip, and 6 quality starts. But the last couple weeks here for Heaney, he's been lights out, 13 innings, 2-0 record, 8 Ks, and 0.69 ERA, a 1 whip, and 2 quality starts. So right now, he's a strikeout an inning about on the season, but he's still getting a lot of contact after him, is Heaney. And the last couple outings have been pretty decent matchups as well in his favor versus teams like Oakland, the Rockies, and the Baltimore Orioles, who are hit or miss type of offense. So right now, Heaney's pitching good baseball, but he's another sell high guy. The only thing that's in his favor, I would think, here is the Texas Ranger offense, one of the better offenses, if not the best so far, statistically in the league. May 14th at Oakland, 6 innings, no decision, 4 hits, a run, 2 walks, 9 Ks, a quality start. May 21st versus the Rockies, 6 innings, got the win, 6 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks, a quality start. And May 27th at the Orioles, 7 innings, got the win in that one. 4 hits, a run, a walk, 3 Ks, a quality start. So right now he's pitching good baseball. Great run support, obviously, from this Texas Ranger team that they're giving him with 28 runs in his last 3 outings here for Heaney. And I don't think it's going to keep up like that all the time. And also he does pitch in a division where there's pretty tough teams. Obviously the Houston Nationals, Seattle Mariners, they could really play ball as well. And right now, while he's pitching some of the best baseball in the last few seasons for himself, he's definitely a sell-high candidate this week. The next guy is his teammate Nathan Eovaldi of the Texas Rangers. So I've been talking about Eovaldi on and off over the last few weeks here as a sell-high candidate. But so far, he's proven me wrong, and he's going out there and pitching gem after gem. Is Eovaldi, 74 1/3, 7-2 record, 70 Ks. 2.42 ERA on the year, 1 whip and 7 quality starts in the last 2 weeks here for Eovaldi. 21 innings, 2-0 record, 14 Ks, a 1.71 ERA, a 1 whip, and 2 quality starts. But he's another pitcher that's going to pitch for contact more nights than not. He is Nathan Eovaldi. And obviously there's nothing wrong with that, but with his injury concerns throughout his career and the contact rate for Eovaldi, and also playing in a hitter's park over there in Texas, I don't think it's going to hold up. And he's taken advantage, for the most part, of pretty easy matchups over the last month here as Eovaldi. I know he pitched a gem versus a great lineup like the Atlanta Braves, but besides that, he's had favorable matchups, is Eovaldi. And the last few games here for him, May 17th versus Atlanta, 7 innings, no decision, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks, a quality start. May 23rd at the Pirates, complete game, 1 run in that one, 6 hits, a walk, 5 Ks, a quality start. And then May 29th, a little bit of a struggle in that ball game. He got a high pitch count of Eovaldi in that one, and he did have 3 walks at Detroit. 5 innings, got the win, 4 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 4 Ks. So he failed to go for the first time in a while, at least 6 innings, where Eovaldi's been on a stretch where he's had 7 games in a row with a quality start. But like I said, with his age, he definitely could hit the wall in the second half of the season as Eovaldi. And no doubt about it, he's pitching great baseball, but I just don't buy into it. Where over the last few seasons, he's been a pitcher where the ERA has been 4 or higher for Eovaldi. I know this year he's on a good hitting team that's going to give him run support with the Texas Rangers, but I just don't believe with track records of these guys, like Kenny, who I mentioned earlier, Nathan Eovaldi, and even Gray as well, who's not on this list, but another guy that possibly could be a sell-high candidate. Right now, these pitchers over there in Texas, they're pitching great baseball, and many people thought it would be Jacob deGrom who would be the guy, obviously, putting up those numbers where he's had an amazing career. But right now, with deGrom hurt, these other pitchers definitely have stepped up. But if a right deal's out there and you could get a nice bat or even a hitter and a pitcher in a deal here for Eovaldi, I definitely would do it if I'm a fantasy owner, because I just don't believe Eovaldi is going to keep up these elite numbers for the remainder of the season. And the 5th and final pitcher I look to sell and trade this week here is Max Scherzer, the New York Mets. So Scherzer's been on the list a few times this season, and right now, yes, he's getting through his outings, he's pitching deep into ball games, but this Met bullpen's been a train wreck this season. And also Scherzer, he's been dealing with pains here and there, and I just don't think he's going to hold up for the remainder of the season. So on the season, 40 2/3, 4-2 record, 39 Ks, 3.54 ERA, a 1.13 whip, and 3 quality starts in the last couple weeks for Max. He's been lights out, 13 innings, 1-0 record, 13 Ks, and 0.69 ERA, an 0.77 whip, and 2 quality starts. So right now he's gone out there, he's taking the ball with Scherzer, and he's pitched great, no doubt about it, for this New York Met team. But it also was pretty much favorable matchups in the last 3 outings, at Washington, Cleveland, and then at the Rockies. I know it's Coors Field, but the Rockies' hitting's been up and down this season. So right now, a true test definitely will come for Max Scherzer in tomorrow's ball game versus the Philadelphia Phillies, who we know is a dynamic and a powerful offense right now. So Scherzer, the last few outings, May 14th at the Nats is one of his former teams, and that won 5 innings, got the win, 2 hits, a run, 2 walks, 6 Ks. May 21st versus the Guardians, 6 innings, no decision, 3 hits. In that one, no runs, a walk, 5 Ks, a quality start. May 26th at the Rockies, 7 innings, got the win, 6 hits, a run, 8 Ks, and a quality start. So the last 2 outings, like I said, Scherzer's pitched well. I just don't see him holding up, and it's been pretty easy matchups the last 4 or 5 outings for Max Scherzer, and we'll see if he could pitch well in tomorrow's game versus Philly. But right now, well, he's got those good games under his belt, and I'm an owner. If I'm a Scherzer owner and I need some hitting or even a pitcher and a closer in the type of deal, I think you could pull that off for Scherzer. So that's a few pitches I look to sell and trade here in Week 9 of the fantasy baseball season.